Every woman has hidden triggers that decide how she feels about a man. Most men focus on looks or money, but the real secret lies in psychology. When you learn the hidden levers of influence, you stop chasing women, and they begin chasing you. This isn't about cheap tricks, it's about mastering control over emotions, attraction, and desire. Once you understand these hacks, she will feel drawn to you without knowing why. The first hack is mystery. Women are wired to crave puzzles. The more they can't figure you out, the more they think about you. Instead of oversharing or being too available, hold back. Reveal little pieces of yourself like fragments of a story. Each gap you leave forces her imagination to fill in the rest. This creates emotional tension, and in that tension, desire grows. A man who is unpredictable becomes unforgettable. Scarcity is another weapon. What is rare feels valuable. If you are always available, always texting, always giving attention, she will subconsciously place you in the ordinary category. But if you withdraw, if you make her earn your time, her mind begins to obsess over you. She will wonder where you are, who you are with, and why you're not thinking of her. This anxiety pushes her to chase. Control isn't about force, it's about steering emotions. Women are emotional beings, and the man who can influence emotions controls the connection. Compliment her, then pull back. Make her laugh, then go silent. Give her warmth, then shift into cold. This push and pull creates an addictive roller coaster. She never knows what to expect, and uncertainty binds her to you far stronger than comfort ever could. Another dark hack is framing yourself as the prize. Too many men chase, beg, and overinvest. Instead, act as if she is the one auditioning for a role in your life. Women crave status. They want to feel chosen by the man others desire. Speak with calm authority, lead decisively, and show through your actions that your time is valuable. When she senses your worth, she will compete for your attention. Curiosity is magnetic. Tell her you have secrets, but don't reveal them. Hint at experiences, but stop mid-story. Say you have strong standards for the women you date, but don't list them immediately. Curiosity sparks obsession. She will chase the missing pieces, begging for answers, digging deeper into who you are. The less she knows, the more she wants to know, and that hunger pulls her closer. One of the deepest controls comes from emotional imprinting. People never forget how you make them feel. If you can create intense emotions in her, whether laughter, jealousy, or excitement, you leave fingerprints on her memory. Text her something mysterious before she sleeps, disappear the next day, then reappear with charm. The emotional swing binds her, making her crave your presence for stability. Silence is underrated. Most men try to fill every moment with words, but silence is a weapon. When you fall silent after a powerful statement, her mind races to fill the gap. If you ignore her calls occasionally, her desire increases. Silence creates value, forces her to chase clarity, and makes her wonder what you're thinking. The man who uses silence wisely appears powerful and in control. Another hack is controlled attention. Don't shower her with compliments, make them scarce. One well-placed compliment after hours of neutrality hits harder than 10 cheap ones. Reward her effort, not just her beauty. Praise her when she invests in you. This trains her to seek validation through action, chasing your approval like a reward. You become the authority of her emotional highs and lows. Never reveal your full hand too quickly. A man who shares all his goals, feelings, and weaknesses instantly loses leverage. Instead, layer your personality like chapters in a book. Reveal each side slowly, only when she earns it. This gradual discovery process makes her feel like she's unlocking a rare treasure. The more she invests time to understand you, the deeper her attachment grows. Power comes from contrast. If you're always sweet, you're predictable. If you're always cold, you're forgettable. But if you mix warmth with indifference, dominance with softness, you become intoxicating. This contrast mimics real-life danger and safety, a primal combination that activates attraction on a subconscious level. She won't be able to quit the emotional cocktail you provide. Women respect boundaries more than they admit. If you refuse certain behaviors like lateness, disrespect, or testing games, you show her you cannot be controlled. Most men bend easily, but when you stand firm, she feels both frustration and admiration. This paradox pulls her toward you, because deep inside, women chase men who cannot be easily bent or broken. Use selective vulnerability. If you act too tough, she won't feel emotionally connected. If you overshare, she'll see you as weak. But if you reveal vulnerability in rare moments, like a scar from your past, a failure you overcame, or a personal dream, she feels privileged to see that side. This creates intimacy while still maintaining your dominance. She will crave more glimpses into your inner world. Another hack is competition. Women desire what other women want. Subtly surround yourself with female attention, friends, colleagues, or admirers. Never flaunt it, but let her see hints that you are desired. This activates her competitive instinct. She will not want to lose you to another woman. Suddenly, she invests more, chases harder, and feels urgency to secure you before someone else does. Control also lies in unpredictability. Take her to unexpected places, change your rhythm, surprise her with silence after intimacy, or disappear briefly after giving her attention. Unpredictability keeps her guessing, and guessing keeps her invested. If a man who controls rhythm controls attraction. Sometimes respond instantly, other times delay hours. Sometimes act deeply engaged, then withdraw. This rhythm imbalance keeps her off balance, always wondering where she stands. Inconsistency isn't weakness, it's strategy. She chases consistency, but when you deny it, she invests more energy trying to fix the connection, unknowingly locking herself deeper into your frame. Authority is magnetic. Women unconsciously respect leadership. When you decide where to go, what to do, and how to act, you relieve her of decision fatigue and project dominance. This doesn't mean arrogance, it means controlled certainty. A man who leads creates safety, even in unpredictability. She will chase his direction, because her instincts tie leadership to protection, power, and irresistible allure. Control is cemented by withholding validation. Most women are used to constant praise, likes, and compliments. When you hold back, it confuses her. She craves the approval she normally gets easily. Each time you withhold, tension builds. Each rare moment of acknowledgement then feels like gold. You condition her like a gambler hooked on rare wins. She'll chase harder, hoping for the next reward. One hack few men understand is emotional anchoring. If you can tie yourself to her strongest emotions, she won't forget you. Be there when she's most vulnerable. Make her laugh after tears. Give comfort after chaos. Her brain will associate you with relief, safety, and high intensity. This subconscious bond makes her feel she needs you, even if she can't logically explain why. Physical presence also creates control. Stand close enough to invade her space, but not enough to cross boundaries. Look deeply into her eyes and hold silence longer than normal. Touch lightly, then withdraw suddenly. These small gestures manipulate subconscious attraction triggers. They bypass logic, entering her primal instincts. She won't just notice you, she'll feel you long after you've stepped away. Never be predictable with attention. Sometimes flood her with energy, other times vanish completely. The dopamine spikes created by this pattern mirror addiction. Her brain begins craving the high you provide, and when you go missing, she feels withdrawal. This is when she chases hardest, texting first, calling more, searching for ways to pull you back into her world. Status amplifies control. Show that your life is full, friends, goals, passions, influence. Women are drawn to men whose world seems bigger than them. When she sees you're busy, ambitious, and admired by others, she subconsciously assigns higher value to you. She feels lucky just to have your attention, which makes her chase more intensely, fearing to lose her place in your life. One subtle but powerful hack is controlled teasing. Gently challenge her, joke about her habits, or playfully question her choices. This creates a mix of irritation and attraction. She feels both frustrated and intrigued, which makes her seek more interactions to win. Teasing also flips the script. You frame yourself as the dominant energy, making her subconsciously work harder for your approval. Emotional unpredictability works best with timing. Give her affection when she least expects it, then withdraw when she wants it most. This disruption keeps her hooked. Her emotions never find balance, and in chasing balance, she chases you. Think of it as feeding and starving. Too much food spoils appetite, but controlled scarcity sharpens hunger and makes desire uncontrollable. Control deepens through storytelling. When you share powerful stories about struggles, victories, or mysterious adventures, you implant yourself in her imagination. Her mind replays your words long after the conversation ends. But the trick is not finishing every story. Leave gaps. Make her beg for the rest. This unfinished business forces her to keep returning, emotionally tethered to your narrative. Dominance without aggression is irresistible. When you maintain calm under pressure, control your reactions, and refuse to be easily provoked, you project strength. Women test men constantly, through silence, sarcasm, or emotional games. Most men break. But if you remain unshaken, she feels powerless to control you. That powerlessness transforms into fascination, and fascination into chase. Control also lies in selective withdrawal. After moments of closeness, withdraw suddenly. The contrast between intimacy and absence creates emotional vacuum. She will seek to fill it by chasing you harder, wanting reassurance. Most men cling after intimacy, but withdrawing reclaims control. This psychological trick leaves her wondering if she did enough to please you, binding her deeper. Another hack is reshaping her reality through framing. If you constantly speak with authority about what's normal or valuable, she subconsciously adopts your frame. For instance, if you act as though loyalty, effort, and respect are baseline requirements, she will work to meet them without you demanding. By shaping reality through language and standards, you control her behavior indirectly. Strategic jealousy can be a powerful tool. Casually mention a female colleague who respects you or laugh about someone texting you late at night. Never exaggerate, never boast, just let subtle hints drop. Jealousy triggers insecurity, and insecurity fuels investment. She will chase harder to prove she's above your other options, desperately trying to reclaim her sense of importance. Consistency with dominance builds subconscious loyalty. If you always keep your word, follow through with actions, and maintain calm strength, she programs herself to trust you. This trust is paradoxical. It allows you to be unpredictable without losing her loyalty. She knows your unpredictability is intentional, not weakness. This combination of reliability and mystery locks her in place. Scarcity of access creates obsession. If she feels she cannot fully reach you, emotionally, mentally, or physically, she invests more energy trying. Don't reveal every thought. Don't be available every day. Keep a layer of mystery she cannot peel away. Women don't chase what they fully own. They chase what feels just out of reach, and scarcity ensures you remain a prize. Men often forget the power of silence after conflict. Instead of explaining yourself endlessly, go quiet. Let her mind spiral with questions. She'll replay arguments, wonder if she lost you, and eventually reach out first. Silence after tension makes her feel the weight of your absence. The longer you stay composed and distant, the stronger her pull back toward you. Control thrives on selective generosity. Surprise her with rare moments of deep affection, thoughtful gestures, or small gifts. But do this rarely and unpredictably. If she never knows when the reward will come, she works harder to please you. It's intermittent reinforcement, the same principle that keeps gamblers glued to machines. She becomes addicted to the hope of your generosity. Never let her routine you. Women lose interest in predictable patterns. Change your habits. Sometimes reply fast, sometimes vanish. Sometimes plan dates, other times let her wonder when you'll appear. When she cannot map you out, she invests mental energy into predicting you. That investment deepens attachment. Predictability breeds boredom, but unpredictability keeps her addicted to the chase. Social proof amplifies desire. When others admire or respect you, she sees you as higher value. Women want men other women want, and men other men respect. Build your circle, show influence, demonstrate status. Subconsciously, she feels competing forces pulling at you, and her instinct is to secure you before she loses you to another. Scarcity plus competition multiplies her chase. Dark psychology also uses reverse pursuit. Instead of chasing her, subtly reject small advances. If she hints for affection, act busy. If she tries to get compliments, smile but stay silent. This reversal shocks her system. Most men reward her instantly, but you don't. The denial flips the power dynamic, and soon she's chasing harder, desperate to win what you withhold. Control the frame with humor. Humor lowers defenses, but when combined with dominance, it creates power. Tease her lightly, make her laugh at herself, but always lead the energy. If you control when she laughs and how, you control her emotional state. Women bond deeply with men who make them laugh, but only if the humor comes with strength, not desperation. Silence during high tension creates obsession. When she expects anger, stay calm. When she expects begging, go silent. This breaks her mental pattern. She begins questioning everything: her power, your emotions, your intentions. The confusion draws her back to you, trying to solve the puzzle. Men who react lose power. Men who don't react seize control, forcing women to chase. Power also comes from minimalism. Speak less, move less, reveal less. Each word you speak carries weight when silence is your default. Women chase men who make them work for responses. When every sentence is thoughtful and rare, she values it more. Oversharing kills attraction. Controlled silence makes you mysterious, and mystery is fuel for endless pursuit. Anchor memories through contrast. Create unforgettable experiences. Take her somewhere new, show her something shocking, or create emotional highs. Then step back. Her brain will link you to intensity. Even if she wants to leave, her memory recalls those highs, pulling her back. Humans chase peak experiences. When you give her peaks then vanish, she chases you to feel them again. Withdraw affection after intimacy. Most men smother women with attention afterwards, but distance creates obsession. If she expects warmth and you suddenly go quiet, it unsettles her. The contrast between closeness and absence makes her question her hold over you. That uncertainty becomes addictive, forcing her to chase harder for reassurance, attention, and renewed intimacy. Mastering tone is essential. Speak slowly, deliberately, with calm certainty. Never raise your voice in desperation. Instead, lower it in control. A calm man appears dominant, and dominance attracts. Women listen more to how words are delivered than the words themselves. If your tone projects authority, she submits subconsciously, chasing your approval to remain in your powerful frame. Use controlled scarcity with communication. Don't text all day, don't call constantly. Limit your access. The less she hears from you, the more she imagines you. When she finally gets a reply, the relief feels powerful. By rationing your attention like a rare currency, you turn every interaction into a reward. She'll invest more energy, trying not to lose her access to you. Another dark tactic is shifting roles. Be playful, then suddenly serious. Act protective, then distant. Switch from warmth to coldness without warning. This inconsistency mirrors emotional turbulence, which women unconsciously mistake for passion. The brain confuses tension with love, so she chases the man who provides emotional storms, unable to separate pain from attraction. Strategic eye contact creates power. Hold her gaze longer than normal, but not constantly. Look away mid-conversation, then lock back in suddenly. Eye contact is intimate. It bypasses her defenses and connects to primal instincts. When used unpredictably, it triggers both vulnerability and tension, making her feel exposed. She chases your gaze, longing to decode its hidden meaning. Mystery thrives on subtle hints. Mention that you're busy with projects, but don't explain. Reference experiences without details. Speak as if your life is layered with stories she hasn't unlocked. The less she knows, the more her mind invents. Curiosity is a fire. You spark it, then let her chase answers. Her need to know you fully becomes her trap, keeping her invested. Reward only behavior that benefits you. If she disrespects you, go cold. If she invests through effort, time, or loyalty, reward her with attention. This conditions her like training. She learns what brings warmth and what triggers withdrawal. The subconscious lesson forces her to adapt, chasing your approval. Over time, you shape her behavior without commands, simply through emotional consequences. Touch is another form of control. Light, unpredictable touches create electricity. Brush her hand, then pull away. Touch her arm, then go silent. Physical contact creates subconscious bonding chemicals, but withdrawing instantly creates longing. She craves the continuation of touch, chasing closeness. The unpredictability of when and how you touch keeps her hooked on anticipation. One powerful hack is future framing. Speak about the future in vague ways that include her. We'll see, someday, when the time is right. These phrases plant seeds of long-term possibilities without promises. Women crave security, so she'll chase commitment where none was guaranteed. The ambiguity forces her to invest harder, hoping to secure her place in your imagined future. Use tension in conversations. Ask questions that make her think, then stay silent. Challenge her assumptions, then smile and change the subject. Create a rhythm of intellectual push and emotional pull. This keeps her mentally engaged, never settling into comfort. When a woman is constantly stimulated by tension, she associates excitement with you, chasing the highs you create. Control her emotions with withdrawal during peak moments. If she's laughing, go quiet suddenly. If she's leaning in, lean back. If she's complimenting you, shift the topic. This interruption denies her emotional completion, forcing her to seek resolution. That unresolved craving becomes an invisible leash, making her chase harder to reach the satisfaction you keep just out of reach. Dark psychology thrives on contrast between accessibility and denial. Sometimes be present, sometimes vanish. Sometimes flood her with attention, then dry it out completely. The inconsistency activates her survival instincts. She fears losing you. In this fear, she invests more, chasing harder, desperate to stabilize the connection. Your denial makes your eventual presence irresistible. Frame yourself as scarce in the world. Talk about how little time you have, how many people demand your energy, and how focused you are on your goals. Position yourself as a man whose presence is rare. When she sees that others cannot access you easily, she values her access more. Scarcity magnifies desire. She'll chase harder, fearing she may lose her privilege. Control can also be established through pace. Slow down interactions. Delay intimacy. Wait longer before replying. Stretch the tension in every stage. By slowing time, you force her to lean forward, always waiting for the next move. Patience becomes power. While other men rush, you take control of rhythm, and the chase intensifies as she tries to break your slow pace. One of the deepest hacks is planting self-doubt. Without ever insulting, gently question her choices, her friends, her routines, her habits. Not harshly, but curiously. This makes her second-guess herself and unconsciously look to you for guidance. Self-doubt creates dependency. If you position yourself as the stable center of her uncertainty, she'll chase your approval like oxygen. Strategic storytelling can build obsession. Share an intense personal story, then leave it incomplete. When she asks for the ending, smile and say, "Another time." This keeps her mentally replaying the story, desperate for resolution. The brain hates open loops, it seeks closure. By controlling when closure is given, you control her thoughts, forcing her to chase until the loop closes. Withhold intimacy strategically. When she signals readiness, delay. When she expects closeness, tease her with restraint. Denying physical connection, when she craves it most, builds pressure. That pressure turns into obsession. When you finally give intimacy, the release feels explosive, making her associate you with unmatched passion. She will chase constantly, hungry for that intensity again. Create contrast between kindness and indifference. Be warm when she earns it, cold when she slips. This inconsistency mirrors parental reward systems, which deeply condition the subconscious. She feels both safe and anxious, craving your warmth, fearing your withdrawal. That emotional roller coaster ties her loyalty, making her chase unpredictably, desperate to remain on your good side. Another powerful hack is non-reactivity. When she tests you with jealousy, silence, or drama, remain unshaken. Most men fold under pressure. But if you smile, stay calm, and refuse to give emotional reactions, she loses control. Her attempts to control you backfire, making her chase harder. She wants to feel powerful, but instead, she's drawn deeper into your steady frame. Make her earn closeness. Don't hand over commitment, loyalty, or intimacy for free. Frame them as rewards she earns through effort and respect. This flips the dynamic. She works harder to prove herself, chasing the security she craves. When she invests more energy into earning your approval, her attachment deepens. People value what they struggle to gain, and she'll fight to keep you. Control her emotions with pace of withdrawal. Instead of leaving suddenly, fade slowly. Reduce attention gradually, letting her feel you slipping away. This gradual loss triggers panic, pushing her to chase before she loses you completely. The slower the fade, the harder she clings, desperate to pull you back. This tactic makes her work tirelessly to restore closeness. Another tactic is role reversal. Occasionally act as if she's the one pursuing you. Joke about her chasing, hint that she's obsessed, or laugh when she invests too much. By framing her as the pursuer, you plant the idea in her subconscious. Over time, she accepts this frame, behaving in ways that validate it. The more she feels like the chaser, the deeper her investment grows. Strategically introduce uncertainty about your feelings. Tell her you enjoy her company, but never define it. Act affectionate, but withhold labels. Women crave clarity in relationships. By keeping things undefined, you force her to chase definition. She invests more, trying to secure her position in your life. The lack of clarity becomes her motivation to chase. Control thrives when you create highs and lows. Give her a perfect day, then withdraw the next. Shower her with attention, then vanish. These emotional extremes create chemical addiction in the brain. She chases not only you, but the highs you provide. Her mind links you to intensity, making her return again and again, even when logic tells her to stop. The final hack is ultimate detachment. Women feel most controlled when they realize they cannot fully own you. Show love, but remain ready to walk away at any moment. A man who cannot be trapped is the man women chase endlessly. Detachment projects power. When she senses that losing you is always possible, she fights harder to keep you, chasing forever. The ultimate secret of control is emotional monopoly. If you become the center of her strongest emotions, joy, pain, excitement, mystery, she cannot detach. Every other man feels ordinary compared to the storm you create. Her heart becomes addicted to your presence, her mind enslaved to your unpredictability. At this stage, she no longer chooses to chase. You have rewired her to need you.